I spent years living all the way in the box, afraid to step out, afraid to truly grab hold of my dream. And now I am breaking through, and I invite you to join me.
Your breakthrough starts now. Coming up on today's show, get ready to be inspired and transformed with our featured guests. Find out what's trending and get advice on life's daily challenges with Erica's top tips of the day. All of this and so much more coming up. So stay tuned. This is the Erica Latrice Show, your one-stop shop for inspiration. And now, here's your host, Erica.
Hey there, I am Erica Latrice, and this is your one-stop shop for inspiration. My passion and purpose is helping you to live yours. And today I'm talking all about stepping out beyond setbacks, basically figuring out how you want to win big. And you know this person, she is an attorney from Power, very popular show, and she's going to be sharing her insight on moving beyond obstacles. And I'm going to be sharing with you today 3 power keys to help you win big. Nothing like winning big, right? So stay tuned. I'll be right back with those power keys and so much more on today's show. Hey there, and welcome back. I have 3 powerful keys for you today on winning big. And I know that may sound general and generic, but if you've ever been knocked down with some enemies looking at you, waiting for you to fall, then this is going to encourage you today. The first key that I want to share with you today when it comes to winning big is understanding that you don't want to get so caught up in beating other people, basically like competing, that you fail to create. So don't get so caught up in competition that you fail to create. That's the first step to winning big. And what that means is there is nothing like winning on the other side, in quotations, winning. So I guess technically that's competing, but when you get to that place where you're not looking for approval from anyone else, you're not trying to prove anything to anyone else, you're literally just looking at ways that you can create and put out into this world what God has called you to put out. Got preachy on you then, what he called you to put out. So seriously, you want to think about, how can I create? How can I be more creative? How can I put myself in environments that are going to be conducive to my creativity? And usually it does not come from being in a place of competition and trying to prove something to anyone else. And while we're sticking to the C's today, the second key that I would cause you to think about, or encourage you to think about today as you think about winning big, is to let go of comparisons. Let go of comparisons. One of my favorite quotes: slay in your lane, slay in your lane. Because whenever you take your eyes off of your own lane, it slows you down. If you've ever seen a sprinter or any kind of like track race, maybe you have seen, but they probably lost. It's very rare that you see someone in a sprint pause, stop, and look at their opponent. Because if you do, in a matter of seconds, you can lose the race. And if you don't stay in your lane and stay focused on what you need to be doing, it's so easy that you literally will lose. And when I say win and lose, I'm not saying that you're beating someone else out. You literally should be competing with yourself. I want to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And that is the only thing that you should be comparing yourself to or even competing with. So again, the second thing that I would encourage you to do is wholeheartedly dedicate yourself to releasing the comparisons. And sometimes that can come through social media too. Just scrolling through that home feed and looking at what everyone else is doing and watching their highlight reel can be so distracting. And it really can cause you to just get off your game because you're so focused on what everyone else is doing. So I'm not trying to get stern and preachy, but I'm telling you today, let go of the comparisons. And the third thing when it comes to winning big is never forgetting your why. When you're clear on that why, when you stay focused on the reason that you're even doing what you're doing, it's so much easier to keep going when it gets tough. It's so much easier when you know the end result. Like if I think about every time that I want to quit, like, oh, by the way, your daughter's going to owe like $100,000 in student loans if you give up, or 500 women will never start their business if you don't keep going, or there are 40 kids that won't eat next year if you don't stick it out. Like when you start getting specific on the why, then you'll realize it's so much bigger than you. And the most selfish thing that you can do when you realize that is to not do it, is to hide, is to shrink back, is to delay and procrastinate when you realize that you literally have it in your hands to be a blessing to someone else. I felt that. You guys, I gave you the serious look. I felt that. So definitely those are 3 powerful keys today to win big. Definitely, I hope you write those down. I use definitely twice, so it's definite that you have to do this and step out. When we come back today, you'll be hearing from Turi from Power with her thoughts on this subject, as well as my Ask Erica of the day. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey there, welcome back. So today's question is all about our topic today, which is winning big. And the question that came up is someone who said that their friend had been harsh to them, and they found out that their friend had been gossiping behind their back. And now that they're doing well, should they let that friend back in their life? Whew, this is a hard one. This is a hard one, but not really. So one of the things now, I've been blamed for not being the most forgiving person. I think I'm very forgiving, but I also don't set myself up to be harmed in that way again. So hopefully that makes sense. So when I think about that friend, like, you definitely want to extend grace to people to an extent, depending. I don't know the full story of what they would have done to you, but you want to be in a place where you're extending grace, but you also don't want to do that, extend that grace to the detriment of your own peace, to the detriment of your own forward mobility, if that makes sense as well. So when you think about being in a forgiving place where someone may have been harsh and now you're doing better, you're in a better place, and they want to come back and, re-welcome themselves back into your life, well, just think about how will that affect you directly. So be harsh? Absolutely not. One of the best feelings is when you've succeeded and when you're doing well and you're not carrying any grudges while you're in your place of success. But at the same time, you don't have to carry any dead weight either. So think about it in that way and just figure out, what's going to be the best look for you. Because at this point, if someone has already mismanaged your trust or anything like that, you're under no obligation to hand yourself over to be mishandled again, but you don't have to be harsh about it. So that's just my take on it. I would love to hear from those of you watching. If you have some suggestions, definitely put them in the comment section. Spread the love and the encouragement. When we come back, you'll be hearing from Naturi with her take on overcoming setbacks and obstacles and winning big in the end. We'll be right back. So I would say that you've been like the queen of effortlessly overcoming obstacles.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You make it look amazing. So what would you say? How does it feel for you now? And I've just seen, again, how you handle many of the things from, your past so gracefully. So how does it feel being able now to be in a position where you're able to keep soaring in front of the people that may try to pull you down?
It was not as effortless as it looks. When people see you go through challenges, I went through a public breakup in a girl group. I was out of the business for a few years. I went to college. I was on Broadway. I had to rebuild my entire career. So right now it feels like I have been so blessed, and I can't even give it all to myself. I thank God for, giving me a family that supports me, giving me good friends, giving me the strength to get through some of those tough times. So I can only say that being in this season of, I'm living my best life right now. This is a good season. And it also keeps me humble to remember that there were days when I wasn't the it girl, or I didn't feel beautiful, or there were days when I didn't think I was going to make it. Honestly, there were days. And I'm just thanking God I'm here. I really do.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. I'm telling you, if you are someone trying to win big, shameless plug, go to thefocusfast.com. Get your hands on the copy of my book, The Focus Fast, 21 Days to Transform Your Life. And I would encourage you to stay connected with me across social media at Erica Empowers. If this encouraged you, share it with a friend, help me spread the word, tag a trailblazer below, and participate in the comments and let us know your thoughts on today's topic. Go out and make today amazing, because it is absolutely a choice.
Get ready for all new episodes of The Erica Latrice Show. You can join me weekdays at 2 o'clock Eastern across social media at Erica Empowers. That's Erica spelled like America. If you have a message that you want to share on the show, email us right now at info@ericalatrice.com or visit online at ericalatrice.com/be on the show.
For more inspiration, visit us online at ericalatrice.com.